Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Podcast with an Accent. I'm your host, Vadim Giliuk, and today I have a pleasure of having with us Cindy Battino, life coach, energy worker, and happiness expert. Cindy, welcome.
Thank you so much. I love how you say podcast. You say podcast. So your happiness with so your podcast with an accent is absolutely so correct. Podcast.
Perfect. Speaking of accents, Cindy, what accent do you speak with?
So I thought that was such an interesting question. I speak with the accent of happiness. I speak with giggles. Um, yeah, I think I giggle a lot. I love to giggle. I love that 5-year-old part of my psyche that is so curious and loves to laugh and knows that laughter is healing. So I guess I would speak from that would be my accent, my happiness, my giggle, my gratitude. That's
Loving it.
definitely my accent. Yeah.
Loving it. What's your story, Cindy?
Oh. So my story is that I came from an abusive home and a very dysfunctional home. Probably every dysfunction you can kind of think of was somewhere in my home or my family. And in my early 30s, I had 3 epiphanies, and these epiphanies changed my life. And the first one was that my reality of my life was completely disconnected from the true reality of my life. So if you were to be outside my house in my early 30s, I lived in this beautiful little English Tudor type home on 1 acre in Fairfax, Virginia. I had 2 cute, adorable, easy, loving children. We had food on the table. We had clothes in our closets. We had cars to drive. And people, I think, if they were looking through that window, they would say, oh my God, you have this incredible life. You must be so happy. And the truth was, when I was miserable, I mean, I was really unhappy. I couldn't see the gift of my children, even though there was a part of me that said, your children are such a gift and they're so easy and they're so beautiful. But another part of me was like, oh, I just can't deal with it. And I'm so unhappy and I don't know why. So my second epiphany was that I was the common denominator in my miserableness. So I was the one. My kids were happy. My husband was happy. The dogs were happy. I was the only one that was unhappy. So my third epiphany was then, well, what do I do with this? So why cannot I find happiness? And I realized my third epiphany was that I realized I didn't have the skills. I was never taught how to have a happy relationship. My parents are like their relationship don't, even though they're still married to this day. My parenting don't, right? So I didn't know how to be the parent that my children deserved and that I wanted to be. And they weren't happy people. So I didn't even know how to be happy as an individual. So that's when I started my own personal quest for happiness. So I wanted to learn. I was going to learn everything I needed to know to be the parent I wanted to be the spouse I wanted to be the person I wanted to be. I signed up for therapy. I read books. I went to workshops. I mean, you name it, I did it because I wanted that life for myself. So, and that brought me to the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. And then that brought me to my husband, my current husband, and it brought me to the life that I live now, which I couldn't ask for anything better.
Amazing. Amazing. Cindy, tell me, what are you inspired by?
Oh my God, what doesn't inspire me? I'm inspired by music. I'm inspired by horses. I'm inspired by nature. I'm inspired by love. I'm inspired by great speakers. There's a lot that inspires me. Yeah. I can go
Amazing.
lots of places and be inspired. Yeah. But especially, I don't think there's anything, well, besides my husband and my children, going to the barn and being out in nature, just, yeah, is probably my biggest. But music and art. Oh, I love art. Oh my God, art. Like your photography. Like, oh my
Yes.
God. I just, yeah. And I used to collect art back in the day. Oops, I'm sorry. You're there. Okay. I used to collect art, and now I've married to an artist who does incredible paintings. So yeah, it doesn't get better than
I see the connection.
that.
Cindy, tell us, does your life look like you envision it to be in your early 20s at this
Hell
point?
no. I mean, I don't know how anyone can answer that question. Yes. I want to see a podcast where someone answers absolutely yes. I think we're completely stupid in our 20s. For most people, your frontal lobe isn't even fully created until your mid 20s. But actually, in my early 20s, I was still dancing professionally, and no, I could never have imagined that I would be where I am today. No.
And that being said, what advice would you give your younger self?
Oh my God, this was a hard question. Um, I would tell myself to keep moving forward. I would tell myself that you're smart enough that you're going to figure it all out. I would tell myself that I'm talented, but you're really strong, and you're going to fall down, but don't let other people pick you up. Like, you are strong enough to pick yourself up. And yeah, your life is going to be a good one. That's what I
That's
would tell
deep.
myself, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's deep.
Yeah. I wouldn't tell myself to do anything differently. Like, I wouldn't say, watch out for this or watch out for that. I would just, there was such a lack of self-confidence in my 20s. There was such a lack of self-love that I would just do everything that I could to encourage that younger me to trust me more. Yeah.
Loving it. Loving it. Cindy, what's one story in your life that has a valuable message?
I think it's the three epiphanies I had when I was in my early 30s. I think that's huge. Like, there are so many people out there that weren't given the skills to find happiness in their lives. And that's why I do what I do, because I can't be the only one out there that grew up in an abusive home. I can't be the only one out there that grew up in a home that had addiction. I can't be the only one out there that, was physically abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused. I can't be. I can't be the only one who, lived with a family that didn't just have depression, had suicide. I mean, when you're in those familial environments, you aren't given the skills to find your greatness unless you go out as an adult and say, I want these skills. And so I think me having those epiphanies in my early 30s and realizing that I needed to go on my own quest for happiness was, yeah, everybody out there, you want more happiness, learn more skills, read the books, find a coach, go to therapy, you can figure it out. Everyone is brilliant. Everyone. I'm no different than anyone else out there. I'm not better. I'm not smarter. No. I knew what I wanted because of what I had experienced.
Speaking of books, what's your favorite book and why?
Oh, my goodness. So I love books. I love TED Talks even more than books. But a book that I read that I'm reading a second time is called The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. It was recommended to me by a business coach. And I loved it so much when I read it the first time that I gave it to all of my family and even my clients for Christmas presents. So The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. It was transforming. It was life-changing.
And what's your favorite quote?
I don't have one.
Just make
I
one
love
up.
quotes, but I don't have one. Make one up. I love my quote. My quote is happiness begins and ends with you. How about we do that?
Perfect.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Cindy, tell us, what turns you on?
I didn't know what you meant by that question. So there's so many things that inspire me, excite me, turn me on. Coming home is one of them. I love my cabin. in the woods on the side of a mountain. So I love coming home. Seeing my husband, oh my God, he's so gorgeous. I love seeing my husband. Riding my horse doesn't get much better than that. The smell of a barn, that makes me weird, I know, but that really excites me and inspires me and makes my days and weeks go quicker. And talking about happiness, I love being on stage. I love doing podcasts. I love talking about happiness and how people, anyone, can find more happiness in their lives. Everyone. So that's what inspires me and turns me on.
Amazing. Amazing. Cindy, tell us, what's the best way to find you online?
To find me online, my website is transform-heal.com. So go there, and I have happiness minis and happiness myths, and soon I'll have relationship myths on there that people can download for free. I have hours worth of life coaching for free on my blog site, on my blog page on my website, and www.transform-heal.com. There's a lot there for people, and then hopefully people will come and meet me and have a welcoming session with me and see how I can help them move up that happiness scale.
Perfect. This brings the episode to an end. Cindy, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us.
Well, and thank you for doing this, Vadim. You are just so amazing. And you know what, you guys, if you haven't seen Vadim's like brilliance in all of his talent and all of his photography, please. I mean, you need to go on his website. You need to check him out. He's not just an interesting being that you see right here, right now, but he's so talented and creative. So thank you, Vadim, for
thank you for your
me here
kind
today.
words, Cindy.
I only tell the truth, Vadim. So.
Loving it, and looking forward to seeing everybody in the next episode.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.